Pioneer.
Yo, what's going on guys? EJ here, bringing another Lord of the Rings Rise to War video. Today guys, we're in my new season and we've got a very interesting video today. So, my teammate, Simon Boss, was showing me something really cool, a way how you can save thousands of troops and take high level tiles early when farming in your season. So we're going to go over it and show it and everything like that. I'm going to show you reports. I've been testing it out on 130s and even a 150. I've tested it with a strong army. I'm going to be testing it with my second. I've got multiple formations this season. I'm working with like 3 or 4 formations. So it's going to be very interesting. So let's get into it, shall we? Righto guys, so here is the report from my teammate. This is what first started it off. So as you can see from here, he did a test where he uses 1 of the archers each on his damage dealers, and then 50 of a melee unit. We're in Lothr at the moment, so we're using elves. And as you can see, against a 130 tile, he is doing fantastically well, winning it. All of his two commanders died to survive, but I will show you. I actually got a bit better results. I got a little bit stronger gear and stuff, but you do need to have quite decent commanders, but we're going to be testing it out with weaker ones as well. So he has Bjorn 11, Xena 3, Dane, we've got Respect level 12, Gandalf the White, and Galadriel. So with the commanders, how you're going to have to build this, you're going to need 2 really good damage dealers. Then I highly recommend a Gandalf the White or Grey, someone who's going to do really good at damage reduction. Now this works really good with the elves because they have the avoidance. As you can see here, they have the avoidance. So if you don't have that, you can use Gil or even the Undying for that ability to be able to evade to keep you alive. So this is all going to work on just your commander's HP and commander damage. And this is how you're going to get these kind of results. So as you can see, he did nearly 100,000 damage taking out this 130 tile. To damage received of 23,000. You can also don't need to have 3 like big damage dealers like you will see with mine, the way I build mine in a moment. A healer would also work well as well. But yeah, let's go look at my results because I've done a couple of reports and that, and I'll show you what's been happening. Righto guys, so here's my report. So I'm using Dane, who of course is very strong. I now have my Bjorn, who I got to respect level 10 and now have his relic, so he's working out very nicely. So I'm using the 3, 1 of each of the marksmen with their evade, and then using 50 of my wardens here on Gil. Now, another thing I should mention as well, with the gearing, whoever you're using your units on, you want to use high command gears. So as you can see, I've got really good high command here of 441. This is going to keep that buffer a bit stronger and keep you alive. So as you can see, all of my commanders survived here, and in all, I only lost 53 units to take this 130 tile, which is really good. So I only lost in total 53 units. If you have a look at the breakdown, you can see that only 33 died and 20. So overall, with the actual healing, I only lost 33 units to killing 2,800, only received 6,210 damage, and received 101,952. Now, if you want to see what this looks like on a 150, if we scroll up a bit more, I did some clairvoyance. I did fail this one, but it was some very good results. So it was the exact same build, same levels and everything we went in. So as you can see, with that, with the 53 units, you can see that we almost beat it. We did really well here. So once again, only 33 dead, 20 wounded. So only losing 33 units to killing nearly 3,000 units. A bit more damage this time of 22,000. So his commanders did survive. But then you can just go in and just finish and sweep off the rest of it with a backup formation, which I didn't even have fully healed here. You can just tap it off and finish. So it is a really good way. The only thing is if you get a really bad hit like this, you're just going to have to re-heal your commanders up. But this healing does refill back up quite fast. So yeah, as you can see, it works fantastically. Now I do have some armies almost ready to go. So as you can see, if we go into my army here, we're going to be testing out this build. So we have Gimli here, and Aragorn, who are going to be my damage dealers, and then Gandalf the Grey, who's going to be my damage reduction, and then my tank is going to be Isildur. I'm going to put all of my gear. So what I like to do is I do gear changing, where I jump from one formation to the other, because I only have enough gear to run one formation really, and I jump all this gear in between all of my formations, which I'm running 4 at the moment. You can see on all the commanders that I'm working with at the moment, we've got Dane, Gandalf the White, Bjorn, Gil, Gandalf the Grey, and Gandalf the White, in case I said Grey there. We've got Gimli, Aragorn tier 2, we've got Isildur, and then I'm starting to work on these. I've also got Elrond down here. We've got Boromir, Éomer, and we have Balin and King Aragorn, and we've also got a few others that we're working down here with Faramir. We're using Thranduil and Círdan. So yeah, a lot of commanders I'm using this season, so it's very interesting. Like, I'm doing a lot of tests and stuff. I won't go too much into it. You can see I'm just using that weird army here and just leveling it up and testing things. But what we're going to do is we're going to get that other army and we're going to test out a 130 to see what happens if I use less powerful commanders without all of their stuff. So if we grab them right now and we gear them up, so we're going to be using Gimli here. So I just reuse my gear. So I'm going to put all of my damage dealing gear onto my Gimli here, like such, and I'll gear them all up and I'll be back because it just wastes too much time. So we'll be back in just a moment, guys. Right, guys, so I've got them marching over to this 130 now, so you can see I got them all built up. So we've got my Gimli, got them all healed and everything, with 1 unit each, and then 50 on a Isildur, level 23, so lower level this time. So we're going to test it with lower levels, as well as lower commanders. So I'm reusing the same kind of gear, but my Gimli is nowhere near as strong as my Dane. It's respect level 10. So this is more achievable for people that respect level 10, and gold gear is pretty possible to level up these days. I do not have his relic. We then move on to Aragorn, who we have at respect 9. We have also full gold gear, and then so they're my damage dealers. Then we've got Gandalf the Grey, who's going to be using the White Council, and we've got really high focus gear on him. I do have his relic, actually was unable to ever get rid of it, so I do have that there at 2 strengthening and actually 2 refine as well. I wish there was some way I could get the Mithril back out of that, but unfortunately I cannot. But he's still really good. He's really great to use in my second formation. This is my main second formation that I've been using. It's pretty good. And then we're using a Isildur with really good attack command gear. So we've got really high command of nearly 500 here. We're really buffing the defense on the units, as well as that evasive chance as well. So it's going to be really good. Also do have his relic there. So I've got a couple of relics in here. So yeah, we're going to see how that goes. We're going to see if we can actually beat that. And we'll be back over there in just a moment. So I've also just sent an emergency army over just in case if I do hit it and I do not win it or take the battle and I feel like I'm going to lose, it's not going to be wasted. So I do have a backup army of commanders coming over as well. So to do the finishing touches, and what I'll do is I'll just gear swap. So yeah, guys, we'll be back in a few minutes once this hits, and we'll see how we do, shall we? Okay, guys, so that went horrifically, really bad. So as you can see, this did not do anywhere near what possible that I thought it could possibly do. So as you can see, it did not work out. We actually got destroyed here, 18,000 damage received to 25,000 damage. So I'm not quite sure exactly what happened here. So I think you just need to have a super really good army, to be honest. I really don't know what happened there. I do think I can end up, I've taken a little bit of damage off it, so I got my second backup army coming over here, which is going to finish it off. So I'm going to have to rechange my gear over to them and stuff like that and finish it off. But yeah, not the results I was hoping for. I think you just need to have super really good strong commanders, and Gil does help out an absolute ton there. But yeah, so you need to be pretty whaled to do this. Otherwise, I think the best way to go, if I had more, if that army was full of units, then I would have definitely did a million times better. So yeah, very interesting. All my commanders did not die. My commanders all survived, which was very interesting. So I just think that because my commanders a lot more high respect in that. I got a lot more HP in that, therefore they stay alive a lot longer. So that's probably going to be the issue there. So it does work, but within reason. So it looks like you're going to need to be pretty whaled and strong to do it. So in summoning, guys, if you want to be trying this, you're going to need a really good build, like I was talking about before. You're going to need those really high HP points, really good damage reduction. So my main ones are really high command, so you're going to need those extra skill points for the damages and stuff like that. But Gil just helps so much, or Undying with the evade will help a lot. But as you did see from Simon's as well, it is not needed. He did use like Galadriel as well, who can use Madness, so that can be very useful as well, guys. So it is a plausible thing to do, but you need to be very strong. As you can see, we did get some horrific results with the other one. Well, you wouldn't call it horrific, really. You only lost 53 units, and your commanders will heal back up very quickly over time. But all in all, if you got a really strong formation build and stuff like that, you can save a lot of troops just by doing it like such. And be using those troops on other formations, going out farming and stuff, and then just sending these guys to hit the 130s and stuff, and you can, yeah, build your power up a lot faster. Anyway, guys, we're going to wrap up the video there, so until next time, peace out, EJ's out, and I'll catch you guys later. See yous.
Thousands subs of the EJU army. You guys are legends to me, so let's keep up this grind. I'll never give up, just like this rhyme.